In the corners of time there exists a brotherhood shrouded in ancient secrets, recognized as the guardians of hidden knowledge. Under the name of Rosicrucians, we are talking about the keepers of the secret that could change the course of humanity forever, which defines the destiny of our species at levels never before imagined. Join us on this journey into the unknown, where we will explore the mysteries surrounding the Rosicrucians and unravel the veil that hides their true purpose. Open your mind and stay until the end. Although we may not notice it, humanity is always in a continuous process of spiritual evolution. Throughout history, we have seen how different cultures and societies have defined their own eras, marked by significant advances in art, science, and philosophical thought. And we are not talking about material or technological progress. Rather, we are referring to its spiritual and moral development. If we pay attention, we notice that each cultural era brings with it unique challenges that push us to reflect on who we are and what we want to be. These challenges may be social conflicts, ethical dilemmas, or environmental crises that require us to raise our consciousness and seek solutions that are in harmony with our spirit and the world around us, which allow us to explore deeper dimensions of our existence and forge more meaningful connections with others and with the planet. The expansion of consciousness is perhaps the most intriguing aspect of this development. As our consciousness expands, we are able to perceive realities beyond physical and material limitations. We began to value the interconnection of all things and recognize the importance of living in balance with nature and our communities. Initiation in many cultures and spiritual traditions is a rite of passage. It is a defining moment that marks the transition from one state of being to another. In the context of human evolution, we could view initiation as the stages of life that each person goes through, each with its own challenges and lessons to learn. Now, if we extend this metaphor to humanity as a whole, we could say that we are in the midst of our own collective initiation. But here an intriguing question arises. Is it possible to talk about the future? Some argue that if we understand the spiritual laws that govern life, we might have a vision of what awaits us. As if we knew the rules of the game, we could anticipate the moves and prepare for them. The Rosicrucians are a spiritual group, or movement that has existed for centuries and has been surrounded by an aura of mystery and secrecy. They are believed to have their roots in 17th century Europe, although some claim their origin dates back to even earlier periods. What sets the Rosicrucians apart is their focus on the pursuit of occult knowledge and spiritual wisdom. They are believed to possess a special set of teachings and practices that lead to spiritual enlightenment and personal development. Additionally, they are credited with creating mysterious texts and documents that contain deep knowledge about the universe and human nature. The term Rosicrucian comes from the combination of the words rose and cross. The rose symbolizes secrecy and mystery, while the cross represents the connection between the earthly and the divine. Together, these symbols represent the search for spiritual truth and balance between the material and the spiritual. Rosicrucians have been associated with a number of teachings and practices, including alchemy, astrology, meditation, and numerology, among others. This knowledge is believed to be transmitted through a series of initiation degrees, where students gradually advance in their understanding and mastery of the teachings. Rudolf Steiner is an important figure in the history of esoteric and spiritual thought. In the context of the text, his role could be related to his influence on the development of anthroposophy and his connection with the Rosicrucians. Steiner was an Austrian philosopher, writer, and esotericist who founded anthroposophy, a system of thought that seeks to understand the spiritual nature of human beings and their relationship with the universe. Steiner is said to have been involved in the Theosophical Society before developing his own ideas, and anthroposophy is considered an evolution of theosophy. Rosicrucians have access to occult teachings and practices that allow them to better understand the patterns and forces that shape the world, which includes astrology, numerology, alchemy, and other disciplines believed to reveal the secrets of the universe. Throughout history, the Rosicrucians have influenced various aspects of Western culture and thought. They have been the subject of speculation and admiration, and their legacy continues to inspire spiritual seekers around the world, revealing to us the secret of the future of humanity, which, according to his studies, is divided into eras through its spokesperson and leader, Rudolf Steiner, who is a philosopher and writer, pioneer in the theory of the era. To understand it better, we must first talk about the Pisces era. This represents a fascinating chapter in human history, a time when individualism and self-consciousness became the driving forces of society. This period is characterized by a significant shift in the way people view themselves and others, marking a move away from collective identities and toward greater self-expression and self-awareness. With the development of self-awareness, people began to explore more deeply who they are, what they want to be, and how they wish to express themselves in the world. This awakening of self-awareness has also had a significant impact on social and cultural movements, as Steiner studied at the time. Civil rights and self-determination became central issues, with groups and individuals advocating for equality, freedom, and respect for diversity. The fight for these rights has led to significant changes in laws and social perception, allowing people to live more authentically and with fewer restrictions imposed by society. This era has dominated the world for the past few years, but now we are in a transition, the transition to the Aquarian age, which is the key point of this research. One that changes individuality for union, which is no small change. Imagine a world where borders between people fade, not only physical ones, but also ideological ones. A place where collaboration and mutual understanding are the norm, not the exception. This is what many understand by the age of Aquarius, a time of unity and connection. In this new era, the community takes on a leading role. Decisions are made with the collective well-being in mind, and individual success is celebrated as a triumph for all. This is the world that the Rosicrucians propose and claim is possible. Competition gives way to cooperation, and I becomes we. The awakening of spiritual awareness is the key aspect of the age of Aquarius, where religions and specific beliefs are put aside to make way for a feeling of connection with something bigger than ourselves. It is a recognition that we are all part of an interconnected whole, and that our actions have an impact beyond our immediate understanding. With this awakening comes greater responsibility towards our planet and towards others. The age of Aquarius invites us to be guardians of the Earth, to take care of it as if it were our home, because it is. And it encourages us to look beyond our immediate needs and consider the long-term consequences of our actions. However, Steiner was well aware that the transition to this new era will not be instantaneous or easy, explaining that it requires a change in mindset and a willingness to adapt and grow. But the steps we take today toward understanding, empathy, and mutual respect are the foundation on which the age of Aquarius will be built. How can we contribute to this transition? We can start with small actions, listening with the intention of understanding, collaborating with others instead of competing, and make conscious decisions that benefit not only ourselves, but also the world around us. Applying spiritual knowledge in everyday life can be as simple as practicing gratitude, compassion, and empathy toward others. It can mean making conscious decisions that not only benefit the individual, but also the collective well-being. The idea that the Rosicrucians propose to us is that, through spirituality, we can work towards a more harmonious and supportive society where the actions of each person contribute to a greater good. The spiritual connection that we all possess is the key to building stronger relationships and more resilient communities. By recognizing this spiritual truth, we can overcome barriers and prejudices and work together toward common goals, together as one. Only those who are prepared will be able to enjoy the fruits of the new world. Do not let change take you by surprise. Prepare, educate yourself, and work to unite the world. This way you will ensure your place in the change. The future is already here. Open your mind and your heart to it. Follow the teachings and enjoy the age of Aquarius. What do you think about this topic? Were you aware of the change we are experiencing? We read you in comments. If you made it this far, I want to thank you for watching the video. If you like this type of content, don't hesitate to support the channel with your like and subscription. I also invite you to take a look at our other videos. I'm sure that more than one will be to your liking. Thank you very much for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.